Hello everyone, BrainBot here. Welcome back. It's been a while, but kids are back in school, so I am back. And since it's Thursday, we're going to be looking at a third-party figure. This is the Jinbao Defermation line. It's a knockoff of another third-party figure, the New Age Optimus Prime. And their Defermation line all comes in really nice looking boxes, just like this. So you got Prime on the front, Defermation 4, Protect Power, Jinbao on the front, more of the same artwork up on the top and on the sides. You have Optimum Warrior on the side there. Same thing here, except we got a little bit of a product shot. And on the back, you have a look at the package contents. So if we open it up, got here, everything's packaged in this big clamshell, and we have an instruction booklet. We'll take a look at that real quick. So this gives you some pretty good instructions on how to transform everything. And nothing on the back there. We take the top off here. You can see this is how Prime's packaged with all of his accessories. So we have a rocket pack, roller, the trailer. We have a stand for him, as well as a little baggie with some accessories. So I'll pull all this out and we'll take a look at each piece individually. So we'll start off with Prime first. So take a look at him, and right off the bat, he's a really nice looking cartoon version of Optimus Prime. So a nice bright red. We have this slightly off white on the crotch and the thighs, cartoony blue. We got some silver accents around him, some yellow paint applications. The head here, he's got silver. It's kind of hard to see, but he's got some blue eyes. He's got a little bit of light piping here too. Although the eyes themselves are painted, so you can't really tell. So I'm not sure what they were going on there, but there's definitely some clear plastic back there, so maybe there's a different version they're going to put out to have the glowing eyes. But you have some of that same plastic here on the chest piece. For movement, you can spin the head all the way around. You can't really look up and down too much, but he's got this hinge piece here, so you can have his head really move up all the way like that if you wanted to. Arms can move up that far, and you have a ball joint here, so it can turn all the way around. There's also a little bit of in and out motion here. You have rotation at the bicep, and you can bend at the elbow 90 degrees. As far as the hand goes, you can rotate all the way around at the wrist, and because of transformation, you can move the fist in. This whole hip skirt area will raise up to accommodate movement at the leg. So you've got legs will move forward that far, backwards just about that far. You can move out that far. Rotation there. There's a separate mushroom peg here, but it's kind of tight. So when you're rotating it, it tends to rotate more at the ball joint, but it will. You can get some spinning motion here at the thigh. Knees about 90 degrees bend there. As far as the feet go, the toes can move down due to transformation, and you do have a good ankle rocker right there. Additionally, the chest piece opens up, so you can put the matrix in. So we'll bring in the accessory bag right now so we can get him all armed up. So we got here, in the bag there's just this piece for the flight stand, so I'll put that aside for later. Matrix itself is right here. The standard looking matrix. We got some silver, orange paint, and kind of metallic blue paint in the center there for the matrix. So you can just take that and you can put that in. You can have it sit in there like that. Close it up. Doesn't really want to stay in there all too well. Try to push it in a bit, and kind of closes up. The tolerance isn't super good. It's supposed to, I believe it's supposed to kind of push in there a little bit better, but no matter which way I flip it around, at least on mine, it's not 100% perfect. So it's a little off, but you can get it in there if you want to deal with the gap there. If not, you can leave it out to the side. It does come with this G1 style blaster, which is just done in black plastic with some silver paint there. And so you've got a peg there, so it can go to either one of his hands. It's kind of like that. That holds in pretty good. Of course, they package in his Energy X. So that's got a peg right in there. Again, pick whatever hand you want and plug that in there like so. It's pretty nice. As well, the last accessory for Prime is the rocket pack. So this is in a kind of like a dark gray, black plastic, some silver here for the thrusters. So I would have preferred this to have been in red, as in the cartoon. He took this from Sideswipe, so it was red. But if you want to attach it, there's two posts on the back here. They can plug into these two ports here. Just get that lined up and pushed in. And he wears it quite nicely. Now as for what else is in the box, we have Prime's trailer right here. And since this is a knockoff, there's no Autobot symbol, but you can get a sticker and put that there if you wish. It's the same on both sides. Has the toy accurate cartoon blue stripes. The cartoon just had the large white stripe there, but you've got the nice detailing in there. Looks like Prime's trailer. There's the back. You got some red for the tail lights. Rolling wheels. On the bottom you have a spare wheel that's just molded in there. This is the connection point for the truck mode, which we'll get into later. And you do have separate stands so that the trailer can sit on its own. So just like the original toy, you have these pieces here that will just flip out. So that's to help accommodate the base mode. So we can do here and open up the back doors. There is a ramp, just like the original toy had. So if you have another vehicle, you can have them drive up into Prime's trailer. Just push those back in and split the whole trailer apart to reveal the base mode there. Got some detailing in there. None of the seats for the Diaclone pilots, but it looks pretty nice. The silver here really stands out. And you have your little helper slash artillery drone here. So it's got a couple of hinges and a ball joint right up in here. So it's got that much movement there, and you can look up and down, spin him, all the way around. If you want to get his little satellite dish up, you have to kind of bring it over here and spin it around to get it up in the home position. And the arm, it's got a ball joint at the base and one hinge here. So you can bring that around like that. You put that kind of where you need to go to. It doesn't have the best posability I found, but you can get into some pretty decent positions. And there's this piece here, but it doesn't hinge up. It's just plugged in via this this post here. So there is like a little space here for a pilot. The gun/missiles are just molded in the same blue plastic here, so they don't move, and there's nothing else to plug into them in this set. But this is how Prime looks next to it. Could do the repair mode thing. You just flip these pieces up. You can stick it down like so. Have that arm wherever you want, and have Prime getting all fixed up. And we'll take a look at Roller. So here's how he comes in the package. It's cast in a gray plastic with these darker wheels, which all spin. Got some silver paint on him. There's pretty nice detailing on the bottom. He comes with his refueling accessories here. They're just plugged in. There's no hose or string in here, so they just kind of sit like that. If you flip this silver piece up here, it's got like his little light there. You just want to have him rolling around on his own. He's got posts in here that look like they should be able to take Prime's accessories. They won't fit, but if you do flip this one down, this port is a little bit larger and it's tight, but you can have him holding his gun like that if you wish. And for the flight stand, you have 4 pieces. This piece, which came in the accessory bag, as well as these other 3 pieces. So the way we're here, of course, this is the base, so this is going to go on the bottom. You have this hole right in the center. So we'll take the largest piece here, and on the one end you have this peg. You can just plug that in here, and you can rotate that around. And up on this side, you have this gear shape here. This is the female end of the gear. If you bring in the medium-sized piece arm here, you have on this end, you have the male gear. You have another smaller female gear up here. So take the male gear, and you can plug it in. Now once you plug it in, it doesn't turn, but if you take it out, you can reposition it, you know, kind of wherever you want. Smaller piece, it's the same deal. So you have the smaller gear in here as well as a peg. So line the 2 gears up however you want it. If you want something like that, or if you want it up higher, it's up to you. Whatever pose that you want. And if you want Prime to attach to this, on the back here, there's a little peg right in there, a little peg hole right in there, so you can plug him in like so. Now, of course, in this position here, he's going to fall over. So what I'm going to do here, we'll get him. We'll sort it out. Be right back. So yeah, you can play around with it, and you can get Prime to pretty much whatever pose you like. To get Prime's trailer back into vehicle mode, Just flip the arm back up like that. Get the radar dish, bring that down around like that, and just fold everything down like so. And you can store Prime's accessories in here, so you got 2 posts right in there. You can plug them in. And with this one, you want to take one of the spikes on the ends here. So you can see on a couple of the sides, got these little square, partially squared off posts before they go into the spike, and that's for this larger post right in here. Plug that into right in there. You can store Prime's accessories. Just close everything up, peg it together, put that back in, and there is Prime's trailer. And if you want, you can bring a roller in here. Roller can hold the trailer. Just flip supports back up. You can take either one of the pegs on the bottom here and plug them into roller. So just flip this down. I like to use one of the back pegs. I found he's a little bit more balanced. You just have him, it's not a tight fit. He just kind of sits in there. And he's a little top heavy, but he will pull the trailer, no problem. And for size comparison, here is the Jinbao Defermation Optimus Prime next to Earthrise Optimus Prime. So he's legend scale figure. Oh, and an undocumented feature here, Prime's fists, they're pegged in, so you can just pull them out. So if you want to relive the days of the 80s where you lost Prime's fist on pretty much day one, you could do that. Okay, to get Prime into alt mode, so what we're going to do here is just start off kind of like in the G1. We're going to get the arms into the bent position, fold in the fists, just like so. I'm going to turn the head all the way around. And on the back, his little backpack here, we're just going to fold down, and then this whole head is going to hinge back like that. We'll do here down at the legs. There's these side panels on the legs here that we're just going to grab on the bottom here and just lift up to the side. You can kind of see there's some hinge in here. So what we're going to do is just collapse the leg down a bit. So the leg looks like that as opposed to that. Same thing on the other side. You have Squat Prime. To connect the legs together, you have 2 posts and 2 holes. You can just push those together. We flip Prime's toes down now. Bring the skirt up here. We're going to rotate his waist all the way around. We can bring that back down now. On the back, you'll see here on the white section of his waist, there's a hinge right there. So we're going to hinge him at that point. So he's sitting like that. We'll bring the arms up and out of the way so we can move some stuff around. These 2 silver sections on the back, you can just bring down. And Prime's side pieces here are going to hinge down right at this section here. So just bring these down. That'll let you take his cab, bring it forward a bit so you can rotate it around. And it's going to give you the flat cab piece. You push that back in. Just like that. These wheel sections are going to both rotate around. And you can see these are going to form the front bumper. So there's one that has a tab on it. So I'm going to bring that one in first. And bring the other one over so that little slot there is going to just slide over this tab. Just like that. And now he's really coming together. So we'll bring the shoulder back. and just rotate at the bicep till that's sitting like that. So same thing on the other side. Get that in. That's the front section done. And all we have left to do here is these leg panels have a tab here that's going to go into the slot on the thigh. So just bring that in, line it up, and push everything in. Same thing on the other side. Get that in. And there is Jinbao Prime in his truck mode. And overall, pretty good looking truck mode. See, the front looks pretty decent. It rolls pretty well. The back doesn't look great. The head's sticking out there. There's nothing really to be said for any sort of tail lights. Just got the toes pointed up there. But overall, it looks pretty good. So in the front here, we've got those blue windows with the windshield wipers picked out in silver. More silver here for the headlights and the grille. The bumper, silver, with some gray there for where the license plate would be. Yellow. Not too much extra on the sides. Got the gas cans here in silver. Again, like I said, nothing on the back here. So for the trailer, again, we've got these two pegs at the bottom. They're going to go into these two holes here. So just line it up. Come on. There you go. It holds pretty good, and you get a good range of motion there with Prime. At least with this one, you have some taillights here if you display them with the trailer. One other thing that's kind of neat is, take a look at the trailer. We've got these two holes here. If you bring in the backpack, the jump pack, it will plug in right here. Which kind of looks silly on its own, to be honest, but if you plug it in onto Prime, I can get this to stop fighting me for a minute, and it'll actually plug in. There we go. It kind of look like the connections between the cab and the trailer, kind of like this. And what's good about that is it doesn't really hinder the movement of the truck at all. So if you don't want to lose this and you don't want to have it rattling around in the trailer, you can have it stuck in there. I didn't show it before, but of course, roller can go into the trailer as well. Unfortunately, despite having these little pegs in here, like the original toy, there's no spot for them to slot into. So I'll just have to back in there and just sit in there the old-fashioned way. Yeah, there's Prime. And here's a Jinbao Prime next to Earthrise Prime. So you can see the size difference there. Get a side shot here, get a little bit better sense of the scale there. So some final thoughts. Design-wise, this is a really good looking cartoony Optimus Prime. I think once you slap some Autobot stickers on him in the trailer, I think you wouldn't be able to tell that this was a third party figure, let alone a knockoff of a different third party. I really like the colors pop, the proportions of Optimus himself are really good. The trailer and roller, they have a lot of nice detail on them. The only thing I really wanted in the trailer was the Diaclone seats, but that's a minor nitpick. Overall, pretty good. Playability wise, you can get some good poses out of Optimus. The alt mode drives pretty well, especially having it on the trailer. You can swing the cab back and forth, do some pretty tight turns. Transformation wise, transformation's pretty simple. I think the only problem I have is with the instructions. Some of the steps aren't completely clear as to what you're supposed to be turning. I think once you do it once, it's pretty enjoyable to go back and forth. It doesn't take too much time at all. Durability wise, there's nothing really I'm concerned about breaking on this guy. The plastic feels really good. There's no dollar store plastic anywhere on this guy. Everything feels really good. Perhaps there's some of the pieces that you have to spin around. If you put too much force on it, you could stress it over time. I haven't run into any of that. Perhaps you got kids playing with this and dropping them. Common thing on primes all over is they like to fall on the smokestacks that could break them. But all I'd say pretty solid toy. I picked this guy up on AliExpress for $36 Canadian, and the mainline deluxe figures go for around $35 here. So even though this is a Legends scale toy, considering the extra plastic you get in here, I think it's a good bang for your buck. But that's all I have to say about that. And so I thank you for watching and hope to see you next time.